Alright, it's Henry again, and this is my second work-in-progress video for the Master Grade Wing Gundam Proto 0. And I haven't gotten a whole lot done this week, unfortunately. I was busy doing a quick little paint job for a friend. This is Master Grade Heavy Arms EW. Spent 6 days snapping this guy together and painting him. And I actually think it turned out better than my first Master Grade Heavy Arms, but enough about him. This video is about Wing 0. So, let's see, the legs are coming along very, very nicely. They're actually just about done. All I've really got to do is fill in this little missing panel here with ply plate. I'm going to attach it to this centerpiece right here. And after I get that done, sand down some of this putty and the legs will be finished. Moving up to the skirt armor, the side skirts, got some ply plate and some putty here. I need to get some epoxy putty and fill in some of these larger gaps. I haven't done any epoxy putty yet. I'm trying to get all my ply plate out of the way first and then move on to epoxy putty. So, not very much left to do on the side skirts. They really need just a little bit of work. Same thing with the side skirts here. I'm just going to fill in some of this area here with epoxy putty and sand that down, and they'll be finished. The cockpit hatch is done. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus on it. It's nice and rounded now, and it opens up. If I can get it open, as it should. There we go. Little Hirdo Yui down in there. It'll show it. So anyway, yeah, that's nice and rounded. I added an extra piece of ply plate here and up here to round that off. I'll probably do a little bit more sanding to make that a little bit more even, but it's pretty much done as it is. The little yellow ring right there that's going to go around the camera on the chest, I haven't done any work on it because I'm going to be doing that with epoxy putty, and like I said, I haven't started using epoxy putty yet. The shoulder armor is pretty much finished. I've edited this little area in here, this whole shape, added some ply plate to the blue part there, so as you can see that's going to do like that and be a little bit more anime accurate. And then this little hole where that white piece used to go, I'll put some epoxy putty in there and fill that in. I think the machine cannons on the shoulders I already showed you last week. The wings I have gotten started on. As you can see, I've mounted these metal thrusters up under the wings here. I've added quite a bit of ply plate here. What I did is I simply cut off the little peg that was originally attached down here, added this little ply plate box, and then just cemented the peg on top of it. And the reason I did that was so I could, I'm making these little vents here. Actually, I'll show them to you. I've got all 4 of them. They're kind of under construction right now. But they are going to be going right here. It's the little rectangular shaped vent that's supposed to poke through the wing. And I'll cement those in place right there, and then I'll cut a rectangular shaped hole in this piece, and eventually in these pieces over here, and it'll poke through the wing when it's closed, and then, you know, it'll be exposed when it's open. So there you go. And actually, I've sort of unintentionally added a bit of maneuverability to the wings, because previously they couldn't rotate like this, because this joint was all the way down to here, because the peg was all the way down here, but since I've added this ply plate block here, it can now rotate, so it's a little bit more maneuverability in the wings. And that's about it for the body. The whole chest, I forgot to mention, the whole chest piece is done. I scribed some panel lines down there. I'm not sure that you can, well, you might can see them just a little bit. But yeah, scribed some panel lines there. So the chest piece is finished. The beam rifle, twin buster rifles, are done. I had a little accident earlier this week. I accidentally knocked over my bottle of thin cement and it spilled everywhere. And got a little bit on the leg parts, but all I had to do was sand it off after the cement dried, so that was really no problem. Most of the damage was taken on the twin Buster rifles. They got quite a bit of cement on them, so I've had to go in and very carefully separate the parts as best I could and clean them up and sand them down and do a little bit of puttying, and they actually look pretty good considering that they got cement poured all over them. So the only real downside is that the little handles down here are sort of cemented in place, but I don't think that's going to affect things too bad on Wing Zero. This top bar right here is finished. As you can see, it's quite a bit more anime accurate now, except for being white instead of yellow. Even added that little indentation detail right there. So as you can see, they're not in very tight. I'll have to glue those in after I finish painting it. But yeah, Buster rifle is done. Unfortunately, I still haven't gotten much done on the shield. It's pretty much the only part of the kit that I haven't touched yet. So I guess that about does it for this work in progress video. Wing Zero is coming along slowly but surely, and I'm hoping to, my goal is to have him finished by the end of the month. So if all goes according to plan, I can have Wing Zero finished by New Year's Eve. So I guess that about does it for this video, and with that, I'll see you guys next time.